Beans and Cornbread.
Before we dive in, here's your required disclaimer. This podcast uses satire and dark humor to discuss very real and very messed up events. We roast the powerful, not the powerless. We don't joke about the victims, but we will joke about the people who thought the rules didn't apply to them. Are you still with us? Good. Now let's get uncomfortable.
Hi, and welcome once again to Beans and Cornbread. I'm Kevin.
I'm Jessica.
And we're on episode 18. I know it's been a minute. We've been really busy. We've been doing a lot of things, right?
Yep.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I am excellent. So, we've been really busy. We've been doing a lot of things. You want to share with the people some of the things that we've been doing and why it's been such a long, long time since we did Beans and Cornbread. And we know you guys have been really anxious to hear another episode coming from us. But, Jessica, would you like to share with them why it's been such a long time since we have done an episode of Beans and Cornbread?
Life. Kids, school, work.
Life happens?
Yes, it happens.
Oh, man. But you guys were so important to us. And it's just like, hey, we got to get back to the love of doing Beans and Cornbread. And so here we are.
All right.
So this is episode 18. And like we said, if you don't remember us, we're very sad if you don't. But if you don't remember us, I'm Kevin. And the person
Jessica.
to my left is Jessica. And we're on this podcast and we're about to get started. So, Jessica, let's break it down. What are we going to be talking about today?
The meaning of magic.
Oh, I like magic, like rabbits in the hat and that kind of stuff.
When you hear the word magic, what do you think of? Rabbits. Wands and rabbits out of hats. Or that feeling you get the first time you fall in love. Watch a sunset or see your child take their first steps. Tonight on Beans and Cornbread, we're exploring what magic really means in the human experience.
Okay. All right. Okay. So when I think about magic, I think about something that is out of the ordinary. So it would borderline on the extraordinary, something that is looked at as wondrous, something that is looked at as not natural, something that I guess you could look at as supernatural. You can kind of put those in the same hat, proverbial rabbit hat if you want. But but yeah, I mean, that's how I think about magic. Like when you think about like magic, I'm not talking like movie magic, but like magic in general, I guess you have to go back to your childhood.
It's childhood for me, like certain things.
Like what?
Like Tooth Fairy.
Oh, yeah.
Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Easter Bunny. Stuff that just is not physically possible or logical or anything like that. But, you believe in it.
And you know what's crazy about it? Because I think there's an essence of us, because we're told at a young age, right, that wants to believe in it.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's like you want to, for some reason as human beings, we want to believe we are more than who we are. And there's things out there that are bigger and more meaningful than us. You ever think about that?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just, I don't know. Kids, you want to keep on to that. You want to hold on to that as long as possible before adult life just stomps you down to the ground. So
and sucks away your magic
yeah.
and work and turmoil and chaos.
I was saying with our kids, you always wanted to tell them just, golly.
The truth.
Yeah, but my thing was they have the rest of their life to be.
I'm gonna tell you what I really wanted them to think or know. Yeah, there's things out there that traditionally have this certain aspect about them or look about them. But my thing was always, I want to tell you the truth about it, so that look and an aspect that you are focusing on, you're understanding that it's coming from your parents, right? And those are the true ones you should look up to, right? For all these things that you may call magical that happen in your lives, right? Because then you know it's based in truth. So yeah, man, I got you the Xbox 360. Like Santa Claus didn't really get that for you, but I did. Dang,
well, I think it's
my
how you
dad's
do it.
out there making it happen, or my mom is out there making it happen and got this for me, and I love it, and it's magical because I get to do all these games and have all this fun. Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad. That's how I always look at stuff.
I just think it's how you do it. You know, I just think that, like, I have a friend, I think we've talked about this. The Santa Claus presents are like, you get a basket, or you get like a gift box or whatever, and then you get like coloring books and, you know, just simple stuff. That's Santa Claus. Because she never wanted the comparison at school or something. You know, she may have gotten a bigger present, but she knew where it came from. She did. And then you got some kid that didn't get hardly anything, and then they're like, why did Santa skip me over or something like that?
So in that scenario, Santa Claus really takes the place of the parent.
No,
because
just
they're giving you things that you need to succeed in life versus the mystery, magical, I just want things that I'm going to be happy with and have fun with.
Sure.
I mean, I'm not trying to bash it, but I'm just saying, like, that's just my point of view of how I see that analogy when it comes from a parent.
Well, you can look at it that way. You can look at it, you know, there's just a few years of this. It's not like they're going to be 15 and still believing in Santa.
We would hope.
Yeah. Or the Tooth Fairy, or, I mean.
So I don't know. I mean, I guess, so now let's break this down a little bit, because there is a racial element to this. And we've talked about this in some of the other previous podcasts that we've done. You know, I am an African American, so for me it's a little bit different because I didn't have the aspect of Santa as maybe some other race of children may have. So I have to look at it in a certain way. So that's why my point of view is going to be based off of my perception and my experiences. Your point of view is going to be based off of your perception and your experiences. I just have always felt like the truth does more for you than the lie. The lie, although it's told in a certain way for traditions and all these different things and all these different aspects, eventually you have to tell the truth, or eventually find out the truth, right? So if you know you've lied to your child for such a long time, and then the truth is finally there, depending on the mental state of that child, there's possibilities and things that could happen that could fracture, to me, how they think about life in general. What would you say to that?
I'm really not
Mrs.
thinking
Shaw?
that they're going to be broken and that's going to make them split into another life form when they find out Santa Claus isn't real. You know, I don't think that's going to put their life in a spiral. I mean, we have 6 kids and not one of them. They're like, oh, okay. They're a little disappointed.
Yeah.
But they like, okay.
Okay. So let me ask you this question, okay? What is the funniest magical thing that you believed as a kid? I don't have any.
I have no idea. I mean, besides Santa Claus and, I mean, I was told, not magical, but just like kind of prankish stuff growing up that I believed in, or, I don't know. I don't think, just the normal stuff.
Okay. I guess I can see that. I guess I can understand that. Sure.
I don't know. Do you think magic is like, is good for like the mystery of it? The mystery of the magic?
What do you mean?
Like unexplainable moments. Like should we call like coincidences, deja vu, intuition?
That's interesting. That's very interesting, because I think when you think about those sort of things, it's hard to put a label on it. But as human beings, we want to label everything because we want to understand it, and we want to understand everything in our purview, right? So deja vu has always been very interesting to me. Intuition, just having a feeling and knowing something, has always been sort of a magical type of thing. And I guess what defines a coincidence? I mean, there's obviously a Webster, dictionary definition of a coincidence. But yeah, I mean, I guess you can look at those things like in that realm of what some person would call magic, right? It's like you can't really define it in concrete terms to where you can control it. So if it's outside of your control, we normally would say something is magical or supernatural, right? That's like if we saw a UAP, UFO, we might say that has a magical or supernatural element because we go to a point in our brain where we can't understand how these things are happening the way they happen. So I guess, yeah, that makes sense to me.
See, I wouldn't use magic as that term.
I'm just kind of lumping it with that because I'm not sure what else to. If there's a field, right? What else would you place it in? With magic not being a field with that.
I guess. I don't know. I just like magic. I think of tricks, or I think of the regular definition
term
of magic. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you could say, "Oh, that rainbow's magical" or something, but to me, I'm not that type of person. That's like, to me, it's like more romantic person. Mm-hmm. To me, I'm just like, okay, calm down. Mm-hmm. I don't look at every little thing like from a child's eyes. I think that's kind of like, which would be awesome, but I don't think I've ever been like that. So.
Okay, so let's look at it a different way then. So.
But the coincidence, the deja vu, and stuff, I don't know. I feel like that would be called like a. I don't know.
It's hard to call deja vu something else other than deja vu.
Yeah, just like, and then if you lump them all together, it's just. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess for better, just magic, but I don't think I'd ever go back to that.
Right. We got a
or mysteries. It would be a mystery.
Yeah, I mean, I lump all that together. I mean, because depending on how you would explain it, right, somebody could literally say, well, that could be considered like a magical term or magical because it's all like a fantasy. It all goes to the you don't understand it, mm-hmm. right? It all goes to something you don't understand fully.
Unexplained.
Yeah, unexplained. Yeah. So let's look at spirituality and religion. So let's think about what the Bible says, like miracles and things. I mean, not to be sacrilegious or anything of that nature, but that could be looked at as magic, right?
To me, that's more supernatural.
Same
thing, I guess. But I always go back to with magic would be a trick. So, Jesus walking on water, did that really happen? I mean, we're not going to go down that rabbit hole, but I don't know. I'm trying to figure out the right word.
Yeah. But I think all that stuff could easily be put into that realm of what one could call magic, because if you can't understand it or explain it, right? And the easiest way to say it's magic, right? The easiest way they define things back in the day. Okay, think about the Salem witch trials. Anything they didn't understand what they say it was. Witchcraft, magic, right? Black magic, right? So they put this connotation on it to try to explain.
Well,
something.
I mean, we can go down that rabbit hole, but that had nothing to do with them not understanding a lot of the stuff.
But you play on the uneducated to go along with what your narrative may be because of things like that, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm just talking about for the layman, right, going through that or seeing it, they use those terms back in those times. Black magic, right? They use those terms. We still use them now, but we know it was more evident and more strong back then. but those things got used all the time. So for them, that's what it was. You know what I mean? Then think about fantasy, right? All the fantasy novels. Think about games like D&D, right? Magic is one of the hugest elements in it, right? Being able to cast a fireball to kill these monsters, right? Magic, right? So let's think about if you went back 200 years and
Yeah, I'd die.
those people who see what we can do now, cell phones and taking off and satellites and seeing other planets and all these things, what would they call that?
The devil. I mean, they would. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I'd be
It's unexplained.
tied to a stake.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, that's a very interesting element. So what else you thinking about?
What about? Well, we kind of touched on this a few seconds ago.
What?
Just like ghosts, dreams, UFOs.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that.
I'm feeling what you're putting down.
Again, I'm just having a hard time with the magic term. But it's still unexplained. It's still interpreted, whatever.
Interpretation?
Well, interpret like however you want it to be.
Oh, interpreted. Yeah, for sure.
Or especially dreams.
Oh, yeah. So we're talking the paranormal.
Yeah. Anything unexplained, like lore, like cryptics or whatever they're called.
So so here's one. How about, and this has been in science as well, telekinesis. Being able to move things with your mind.
Yeah.
Is that magic? Is it science? What is that?
I don't know. Like I haven't seen.
Mind reading. Is that magic? Is that science? Is that just being able to study somebody so much that you can tell what they're thinking just by the gestures, the
It's
wrinkles,
tells,
their
probably,
face,
yeah.
the tails they're giving off, right? It's like lie detector tests, right? It's like people are trained to detect you're lying. Okay, you're looking up to the left. You're lying. You know what I mean? All of those
those
type of
aren't
things.
a thing anymore, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know about those things. I don't think that's real. I don't think mind reading, technically, like we would think mind reading would be, is it's not a real thing.
Right. But people dedicate their lives to learning these arts. Like think about somebody like David Blaine.
Yeah.
Right? He could come in here and do all kinds of stuff and you'll be like, what just happened?
Well, yeah, he has that ability to. He's a
Power of
I was about to say
suggestion.
mind reader. He's a people reader. Like they have to be. They have just like psychics or.
But where did they get that ability from?
I mean, it's almost kind of like a con.
I know, but it's still an ability to do that.
It's just attention to detail
You know what
and
I
a
mean?
good memory.
So, and I think, it's just a lot of things because we're all individuals, right? So we all have these things that we focus on through our own perspective, right? So if you decided, at a young life, man, I watch this magic show and I watch these magic tricks and stuff and I want to be that. And then you put your focus in and you put your energy towards it. What happens when you put your energy towards something that you really want to do?
Yeah, you become a pro.
You see what I'm saying? So maybe the biggest magic of all is knowing that you're all powerful, but not knowing how to use it.
You sound like a after school special.
Dun, dun, dun. Now go out there and get you some A's. But that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
So what is this now? Let's go up to the next part. Falling in love is often described as magical. I look at that thing as like infatuation, the tingling you get in your body or whatever, mentally. Like, how have you looked at that in your life? Like, what do you think about that aspect?
Again, I don't know if I'd call it magical. I mean, probably, a 15-year-old me probably would have. Mm-hmm. But, well, probably not. but just anticipation to see that person, or
I think it's a natural instinct.
Pheromonal, maybe, or just like that butterflies, just all that.
I think it's a natural instinct that we have as humans. First of all, for longing to connect. I also think that it's a thing that it's a reproductive thing that happens between men and women, and obviously some same sex as well. I just think it's a natural thing that's in us that we can control if we know what it is, but at the same time, we have a hard time understanding the whys, and I think that's how nature kind of takes over and forces us down a certain paths. Life, to me, is a strong and powerful force. That is, if you don't understand what life does, and not just talking about human life, but just life in general, life is always on the struggle to be alive. So that's how I look at that aspect of it. And maybe that's kind of deep. I don't know.
Oh, it's good.
You know, I don't know. But I also know, like, there's a magic in music. Like, why does music make you feel the way it does when you hear it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. Music is really good because music is like, it also it plots little sections of it marks sections of your life.
That's true.
You know, like certain music, like we'll hear a song that's like, oh my gosh, that was like my senior year in high school, you know, or whatever, or.
And how does it affect your mood? You know, you can hear something that affects your whole being, your whole mood, right? That's like a magical thing. So as an artist, could you imagine what that feels like to have 60,000 people listening and singing a song that you wrote or a song that you may be performing because they love it so much?
I know, I've seen videos of live performances and they just sit there and they just stare. They stop and they just, it's like overwhelming.
Yeah.
I don't know, the coolest
There's something in it, right?
Yeah.
It's something that you can't explain, something that you feel, something that resonates. That's a good word. It resonates with you. So yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. And I know, ladies and gentlemen, we're running a little long in this subject, but this is a truly interesting. I love talking about this. So let's talk about a few more things, and then we'll get to the last 9. What do you think?
Okay.
What else What else are you thinking about when it comes to this topic?
Just magic, like for what it is. Like, is it science?
Can it be explained with science?
Can it be Can you? Because you always want to explain. It's almost like you always want to explain everything with science, but then I think some of it though, like.
Well, we have,
but then it's just like, I don't want to see behind the curtain sometimes.
You like it to stay magical, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to know.
But
how the sausage is made.
And I guess like this, like, let's talk about astrology for once, right? Because people used to worship the sun and all this, right? Not knowing exactly how the universe works. But then, you know, we have history, we have scientists, and right, we started finding out these things. So to me, there is magic in not knowing, but at the same time, there's magic in knowing, because it just leads to more questions. Right.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking about more like, you know, an actual magic trick, or like
you down to the literal basic.
I'm in the literal,
concept.
Yeah. Or like even like
cutting a woman in half.
Yeah, like I don't want to know how it's. I mean, I know how it's done, but I don't. You know, if I was a kid, especially.
Right. You want the awe.
It's like hearing the end of the movie before you watch a movie.
Yeah.
Like, I will fight you if someone.
And I think that's why we fawn over superhero movies, right? Because it's like, okay, how does Thor throw that hammer and it comes back to his hand?
Yeah.
And how does he wield all this?
Well, you always try to think
and...
logical about this stuff. I'm just like, well, just sit there and watch it's Marvel. None of this makes sense. Right. Just like my favorite is
Marvel not.
is Jesus. So my favorite is Doctor Who. There's no logic
Right.
in the fact that he has two hearts, or the fact that he regenerates into a completely different person, or his worst enemy is a moving garbage can.
Oh, what's that?
The Daleks.
Yeah. Exterminate.
Yeah. It's just like, it doesn't make any sense, but oh my God, it's so awesome.
And I think what magic does for us, it takes us out of ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We can
But this is the
escape.
crazy part of that to me. It takes us out of ourselves, but we actually are creating it at the same time. Right? Because other people create things that take you out of yourselves that we deem as magic.
Yeah.
So that means we have the exact same ability and power to hone if we chose to. It's not all at the same level.
Yeah. I mean,
but
I
another
can't.
human being did that, because that's all we know is other human beings.
Yeah. I think books are the same. I love books. I just absolutely love books. And
Harry Potter and all that.
I mean, yeah, at the time, I mean, I just love something like, well, all my books have to do with murder. I mean, Harry Potter, that was like way out of my comfort zone when they first came out and I started reading them, but I got so sucked into them. But even my murder books and stuff, it's just, you kind of zone out. Like, I remember just been one or two books that I've finished, and I was just like, I just wanted to read more. I wanted it to be like a part 2 and part, like a second season or something.
And see, and I've always been into like magical books, the fantasy books, the fantasy novels, dragons, knights, armor, swords,
Margaret.
and all of that. The conquest, adventure, all that was magical to me, because, and when you talk about adventure, it's about exploring. Magic is a huge element when it comes to exploring, even if you want to look at how you explore life, right? Because you have bucket lists of these things that you want to do that you think you would never be able to do, and they're like magical experiences, right? If you really think about it, you want to do those things. Why? You want to go to London. Why? Because, oh man, if I go to London and I see Big Ben and I'm going to see these things, and it's going to make me have this feeling that I can already feel inside of me, right? That's a different type of feeling that I don't have currently. Some could say that's a magical experience.
That's true.
Going to Disney World, Disneyland, a lot of people look at that as a magical type of experience. So I can definitely understand and get in line with that. So yeah, this has been a very, very interesting topic. The meaning of magic and how it makes us feel as human beings, how we have described it over time, how things that were once magical to us have now become norm through science, how the magic of music makes us feel and react and change our moods. So I like this topic. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. It's hard to separate, or like for me, as we saw, it's hard to separate or to kind of pin it down.
So what I'm going to do while you're all here listening to us, I'm going to go ahead and pull this rabbit out the hat, and we're going to take it over to the last 9. I'm Kevin.
I'm Jessica.
And we'll see you right back here in a minute.
Toodles.
Beans and Cornbread. All right, Beans and Cornbread fans, this is the last 9. I'm Kevin.
I'm Jessica.
And we're going to ask you some questions. Well, we're not going to ask you. We're going to ask ourselves. And this is, of course, the magic edition. So I'm going to ask you the first question. You're going to ask me, and we'll go back and forth. And then we'll get the 9 questions done. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, first question. First time you believed in magic as a kid. When was that?
I told you. Like Santa Claus.
Yeah, Saint Nick, old Saint Nick.
Yeah, Tooth Fairy.
Tooth Fairy? Okay.
Tooth Fairy freaked me out, honestly.
The tooth fairy that eats teeth, or
No, I didn't know
something
about that
different?
yet.
Oh, okay.
But just the fact that I'm laying in bed and something is crawling underneath my pillow. And I had a special pillow made. It was like this
have
round
like a
pillow.
little
It had a
slot for-
pocket.
Oh my gosh, you got to be kidding me!
What?
You had a pillow with a special pocket for a tooth.
Yes, it was popular. It was in the 80s. It was totally popular then.
I've never ever heard of that.
Oh my God, yeah. I had it made. It was probably made from like,
Wait a minute, you had it made?
not me personally, but my mom probably did.
Oh.
At the school bazaar or something. We would get like, no, seriously, we would get like stuff made.
Wow. Hey, I got an order. Can you make me a pillow with a pocket?
It
on
had like a
for
little
teeth?
envelope. Like a envelope. It was
I'm about to age.
gingham.
I'm gonna be losing my teeth, so I need a pocket for
No,
it.
it was pretty cool. But I'd put my teeth in there and I'd get like a folded up dollar or like 50. It'd be like 50 cents.
You ever smell your teeth?
No.
Oh, okay. Just
No, I
curious.
didn't do that.
You sleeping on them? I don't know.
No.
You got pockets for your teeth, so
Pockets. Now I have a drawer.
teeth pocket.
But yeah, mostly just Santa was the big one, I think.
Okay.
I don't even know if I considered it magic. I guess so. I mean, it'd have to be, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Sprinkle you with some of that North Pole dust.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and that helped too. Me being where I'm from.
Well, you're gonna share with the people where you're from. They might know already, but
Well, you
for
wouldn't
any
say.
new listeners out there,
Anyways, from Alaska, and 11 miles away from my city, there's North Pole, and there's Santa Claus house, and so they have reindeer.
the city called
of North Pole, yes. And there's Santa Claus house, and Santa would be chilling up in there. It's like It's like Christmas year round. So that helped, kind of the illusion.
You think Santa knew who the Tooth Fairy was?
He might have said he did. You know, they all like knew each other.
Yeah. The magic kinship.
Yeah, like just like that one movie.
Fantasy
They were all.
creatures.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, so do you think magic is real
No.
or just human perception?
So I do not think magic is real. Because of over time we've proven it. Right? It's just like we just don't understand it right now. If we get a chance or enough time to continue to study something, we'll understand how it works, why it works, and what laws it's governed by. It just takes time. So that's my final answer.
White blanket. Okay.
Okay, I got a question for you.
Okay.
Is love the most magical things humans have?
I think that would fall under also the umbrella of just kindness. I think kindness to me tops in a way to help.
That's not the question. The question
because love is like
love the most magical thing? That's a yes or no question.
Sure.
And why would you say so?
I see. Well, I'm not going to explain it if it's not. I can't give my answer.
Well, I mean, you said something about kindness.
That's a yes or no
question
question, and you added some stuff.
No, I didn't. I said I'm reading from a screen.
I know, and then you said
Is
why?
love the most magical
and I
thing
told you that I
human
think it falls under. I just think being kind to people and showing human kindness and the humanity.
So you think
Is the most-
kindness and love are the same thing?
No, but I think it. I mean, love is. You don't love everybody, but you can show everybody kindness and stuff, and I think that would go farther. I'm not saying you don't love other people too.
So you're saying no, that love is not the most magical thing humans have. You saying kindness is.
I'm just saying humanity. Just be human beings to each other.
Okay.
I think that's the best you can do. I mean, you're going to love, I get that, but it's not for everybody. You're not going to love everybody.
Okay.
I'm going to jump down the shit on your next question.
Nah, I mean, I'm reading the question verbatim. But go ahead.
But you're adding. What's more magical, a miracle or a coincidence? What? What's more magical, a miracle?
I would say a miracle. because a miracle is probably looked at very strongly by multiple people because it's such a huge event or a huge thing that you can't explain. A coincidence, you can say, oh, well, that could happen to Jerry across the street tomorrow. That could happen to Mary, or that did happen to Mary last week.
Yeah.
But a miracle?
Yeah.
That's different to me. So I would say...
I mean, you got blood coming out of statues or like...
According to the question...
Stigmata.
That a miracle is stronger than a coincidence. All right. So here's the question for you. Mm-hmm. Which movie captures magic best? I'm going to think about that one too.
I don't know. It depends what you consider magic.
Well, what do you consider? It's a question for you. Movie magic.
I have no idea.
So I'll say it like this. It's going to probably be my favorite movie of all time because it's my question or your question. So it's going to be based on my perception.
I thought of that. That movie popped in my head. It popped in my head. Yeah, but it's not movie magic, though. Like, I think of, like, Polar Express. The theme of it.
Well, the
theme
whole movie is CGI, so...
So we're talking, like, before CGI. Like...
No, I'm just saying these questions are individualized. I'm asking you your opinion.
Okay, I don't know.
Not the
I can't
masses.
think of anything.
So mine is Big Trouble in China. Mm-hmm. Because there's certain things in there that happen that are not normal, that normal human beings can't do. And it's my favorite movie. I could say Aliens, which is another one of my favorite movies. Anything that's my favorite movie, I could probably put that stigma on because I love sci-fi. And that's in the realm of something you can't understand or we don't understand right now. So that's why I would say that.
Okay.
What do you think?
I mean, yeah, I guess. That's yeah.
Okay.
It just depends how you interpret that question. So that's fine.
All right. Okay. All right.
If you could do one real spell, what would it be?
A spell. Ooh, that's a good one. Because I would like something that would have a big effect. So what spell would I do that would have a big effect? Here's a spell that I would do that would have the most effect. For all the people of the world, I would like to cast a spell so everybody could feel how the most downtrodden people of the world feel every day.
That's a good one.
You want to answer that one? You got something for that?
I don't. I was thinking more like smaller, but that's a good one.
That's what I would do.
Hopefully it would change something.
I think it definitely would. Because I think, well, we can get into that later. Anyway, I got a question for you. What feels more magical, nature or technology?
Nature.
And why would you say that?
Because it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. It's you just think of like the animals or the bugs or the fact that you call it instinct, whatever, but it is insane. Each individual bug has a job basically, and they're with another animal. They're like a purpose for another animal or a purpose for the earth or, and just fly. I mean, just everything. How can you not look at nature and not think that's magic?
Yeah. Think about bees.
I mean, bees are just insane.
Ants.
Yeah. It's just crazy.
I guess on the technology side, I mean, because we've ever been progressing in technology, which has enabled us to live longer lives, to
I just don't
experience
consider that magic.
more of nature. So yeah, I mean, just to throw a little something on the other side. But yeah, I like that answer. That's good.
Have you ever experienced a magical moment that defied explanation?
Yes, of course I have. A lot of human beings have. If you ever been in love, you probably experienced magical moments that defy explanation. So I would definitely say love does that a lot. On outside of that, I mean, there's been some paranormal things that I think have happened in my life that defy kind of explanation that I could come up with right now. But I would probably say that love is first and foremost and primary in my life, to where have seen things that defy explanation. And I'm coming from the aspect of how you can love somebody, you know what I mean, and it's just like, oh man, that feeling that overcomes you, and you know, you just want to be with the person all the time and all of that. I just think that's like one of the most magical feelings that you can have.
That's a good one.
All right, so here's the last one, the last 9, and we're actually at 12 minutes instead of 9. But here's you go. You ready? Last one. Is magic necessary for the human experience?
Well, it depends again how we define it. And I think it is. It's not, it is, because it's going to happen regardless. I mean, just like I said, just nature, just creating a baby. I mean, that is science. But when you just think about what it entails, it's insane.
Yeah.
It's just not, comprehensible to, average Joe or whatever.
Because it can seem simple, but
Yeah,
at the same
but-
time, all the intricacies of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just, every little experience I think is, and how it ends. And it's just, I don't know. I guess you would call it magic.
Yeah.
You could you don't have to be dramatic to say that, but.
Okay, so check this out. I got a bonus question for both of us. Would you consider, from an overall perspective, is life magical?
I think for the most part.
Me too.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
good, the bad, the indifference, all of it, I think, has a magical essence to it, because there's still a unknown for all of us. For every being that's ever been alive on this planet, there was always an unknown. And that usually resides in death.
Yeah. And then who knows what happens.
Right. All right. So this has been the last 9. We definitely thank you guys for listening to the Beans and Cornbread podcast. And we hope to see you all and hear from you all really, really soon. We'll be back with the next episode soon.
Doodles.